What's going on, YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg, or Chris, and today I'm back visiting a deck that, well, us as a community continue to sleep on time and time again. The 2024 World Champion deck, Iron Thorns. Now, since this deck won Worlds, it has changed a decent bit, but, you know, for the most part, the core is still the same. It's just 4 Iron Thorns, and that's it, because I think right now, honestly, we're at a decent spot in the meta, even with DT rotating, that this deck could still hang pretty well and shut down a lot of different cards that many decks utilize, such as Pheasantipity EX and Pidgeot EX. And without canceling Cologne in the format, we don't really have to worry about your opponent getting around Iron Thorn, since we don't really play any other Pokemon in this deck. I am opting to play one copy of Mimikyu because there are certain matchups where, honestly, if you just get a Mimikyu sitting in the active, there's really not much your opponent can do. I mean, like, depending on the deck, something like, you know, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of one off the top of that deck. Arch Aladdin, like, it's kind of just stuck. I mean, they could set up just a basic Duraludon, but in general, like, Iron Thorns could shut down Arch Aladdin's ability. Like, it's just a good matchup all around. I think a one of Mimikyu does help a good bit. It just shuts down EX and obviously V Pokemon, but those rotated. It's just a basic Pokemon that shuts down EX Pokemon. And since we're playing Mimikyu, that means we're playing 2 copies of Psychic Energy. And since we're playing 2 copies of Psychic Energy, we might as well just be running Crispin. And in a deck like this, you know, just getting as many energy in play as possible, since Volt Cyclone is going to move an energy from this Pokemon, so your active Iron Thorns, to one of your bench Pokemon. You can use Iron Thorns to set up other Thorns for the later game. You can use your future booster energy capsules to just retreat, pivot between 2 of them, and keep recycling energy that way. Like, overall, I think this deck has always been known for being disruptive. I don't know if the Mimikyu is necessary. I'm just trying to find ways to justify it because it's fun to play and I like Mimikyu. But this deck, I think, can function fine without it. It's done it plenty of times before. For the supporter count in this deck, this is where, honestly, the trainers, this is where there's more to say. I mean, this deck gets very, very crazy when you look at the trainers. We got 4 Arven for consistency purposes. If we get Techno Radar down immediately, or Earthen Vessel, if we do happen to have multiple Iron Hands in our starting hand, you know, we can use Techno Radar, discard a card, get 2 more Iron Thorns, and really set up our board that way. We can also search for TM Turbo Energize. And the reason that's so pivotal is because Double Turbo Energy is not in the format anymore, so getting extra energy in play quickly is crucial to this deck functioning very well. So Arven for the lead is always amazing, but also to search out many other items and tools, which I will get into in a bit and keep this deck going. We're playing 4 copies of Judge because I think Judge is the best hand disruption card in the format right now. I know Iona's amazing, but with Pheasantipity and stuff like that, it's very easy for your opponent to redraw into such big hands. Now, we do shut down Pheasantipity, but there are other draw engines, such as Reverum, which when you Iona them to 1 and then they Reverum, or to Dunsparce, you know, for 3 or up to 6 or something like that, I mean, they could just draw into such great hand sizes, regardless of hand disruption. So I think shuffling their hand into their deck and not just putting it at the bottom is a better way to disrupt your opponent at the moment. And early game, Judge is better than Iona. So I think overall, I do prefer 4 copies of Judge over Iona in this deck. We're playing 3 copies of Boss's Orders to make sure that we are cleaning up our KOs. I mean, Iron Thorns doesn't swing for too much damage. We're rarely one-shotting cards. I mean, I will get into how I'm trying to fix the math and work on one-shotting more Pokemon, but in general, we're going to be 2-shotting many Pokemon. So having 3 copies of Boss's Orders on top of Pal Pad means we could keep recycling boss and then gusting up and cleaning up KOs as quickly as possible. We're playing 2 copies of Research just to get us a big hand size. Crispin, I mentioned, for energy acceleration. Penny to give us that full heal effect and keep our Iron Thorns rolling. Just be more annoying. Excuse me. Colress's Tenacity is where, you know, we start to look at more of the crazy energy count in this deck. I'm opting to play 3 Spiky Energy and 2 Mist Energy. The 2 Mist Energy do wonders when up against Dragapult EX and stopping that Phantom Dive from happening, as well as other scenarios. You know, if your opponent is playing some sort of burn deck or like poison deck, I mean, this doesn't stop abilities. So if they're playing the Poison Package or Brute Bonnet, it doesn't stop that, but it does stop all effects of attacks, which is kind of nice. Spiky Energy is always great because this is actually what helps us take bigger one-shot KOs. You know, with Spiky Energy, if they attack us, they take 2 damage, or 20 damage, 2 damage counters worth of damage. If you have multiple Spiky Energy, you do even more damage. With Future Energy Capsule, you do 20 more damage on top of your 140. So you could boost 140 to 160 with Future Boosted Energy Capsule. Then if you have Spiky Energy attached and they attack you, they're taking more damage that way. And for our A-Spec, we have Deluxe Bomb. So if you aren't running Future Booster Energy Capsule and you're running Deluxe Bomb, when you get attacked, that Pokemon takes 12 damage counters. Now, if it's a low HP single prize Pokemon, chances are it's getting KO'd. And if it's a tanky Pokemon like Dragapult EX, you could probably clean up a KO with Iron Thorns, Future Booster Energy Capsule, and maybe an extra Spiky Energy on the next one in play or something like that. Like, overall, I think Deluxe Bomb I don't think I've actually ever played it on the channel. I think this is probably going to be the first chance I get to use it, and I think this is the best chance to do it in tandem with Spiky Energy. We're playing one copy of Giovanni's Charisma just for some more energy acceleration, but also energy disruption, because against Dragapult, putting energy into their hand and then using one of our 4 copies of Crushing Hammer to discard other energy can absolutely ruin your opponent's board state and potentially stop them from attacking the following turn. So I do love the hammers in this deck. Now, since again we aren't taking massive one-shot KOs, we might as well just smack in a TM Devo, just to make sure that when we can devolve our opponent's entire board state, well, I mean, they can't play after that. So I like TM Devo, like the Energize, love the Deluxe Bomb. For stadiums, I'm opting to run 2 Town Stores, which we can search out with Colress's Tenacity as well to get us going with TM Turbo Energize and an Energy, as well as Arven. So we've got multiple ways to get that play going. We got 4 copies of Gears again to ensure that start is as good as we need. And then I'm playing 1 copy of Lively Stadium. I think this is the biggest flex spot in the deck. I like Lively Stadium because if you don't get Mist Energy down in time, you could hold the stadium for when Dragapult inevitably spreads damage, 3 damage counters across 2 Iron Thorns, and then play the stadium to give them a 30 HP buff, so Dragapult is not one-shotting it on the return attack. So I do like the Lively Stadium for, maybe a late game purpose. It could help decks like Terror Box, but in general, you're still 2-shotting many of those decks, so it doesn't help them too much. However, it could help you maybe live an extra attack, depending on the attacking Pokemon you're up against. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the list. I know Iron Thorns is very weird looking because there's just 4 to 5 Pokemon in it. In mine, I do happen to have 5, and there's a ton of supporters. But this deck is insanely strong. Again, it won Worlds in 2024, and despite having rotation happen, this deck hasn't changed too much. And I think right now, a lot of people are sleeping on it, and I think it actually can take down a lot of the top decks at the moment. So I would say, you know what, what's a better time to run it than right now? Now, before we hop into the video, just wanted to remind everyone the Battle VIPs podcast is on Spotify. So if you want to go listen to the podcast, go on over. The link is in my description down below, and while you're checking out that link, you might as well click on my link for TCG Player, a website which has a bunch of cards for any card game, doesn't matter what, whether it's singles, decks, or deck accessories. TCG Player has it. Hop on over, clicking on my link in the description down below, and ordering stuff within 48 hours from there does support my channel in such a massive way, so thank you so much to everyone who's been doing that. Now, with that being said, let's hop into today's video and see if Mimikyu can give our big tanky boy Iron Thorns the support it needs to fight for the perfect record. Welcome to match number 1. We only take 2 mulligans, which is pretty impressive considering we only play 5 Pokemon in the deck. And honestly, you know what? We open up with a great hand as far as I'm concerned. We are going second. We have Town Store to search out TM Turbo Energize. We've got an Energy to use that, tool, or attack, I guess, get some energy set up. And then we got 2 Techno Radars, so I can also get more Iron Thorns into play. Now, my opponent is going first and playing the Petrarun Donk deck, so I'm curious to see what the full package is. We see the Brute Bonnet. If it's Arch Aladdin, I do kind of like the way we stand a bit. They can get some good poison damage done. There's really not much I can do about that. I can just hopefully get going a bit better in the following turns. And oh my gosh, we're up against Flygon EX. Okay, that might be one of the worst matchups I could have potentially hit. It's an EX Pokemon with no abilities. And not only that, what do you call it? It is a fighting type, so they are swinging for weakness. Now, I'm just going to hope that the raw destruction this deck has can buy me enough, to save me from the game, but we'll see. I mean, they've got 4 cards in hand. I'm just, I guess, going to rely on this deck Brickering, which isn't amazing, but you know what? It's the best I got. So we're going to get TM Turbo Energized down. We're going to smack this guy here, get the Energy smack down, and we'll go Techno Radar. I'm going to get rid of Techno Radar. I'm not going to go Mimikyu, which is actually prized this match because I don't think it's going to do anything. I think the best play for us here might legitimately be to just... you know what? Nah, I'll take out both Iron Thorns because I did get rid of my other Techno Radar. I only play 2 of them just because the goal is to search them out with Arven. I'd rather just get these guys in play now, ready to rumble. I'm actually going to choose to go Boss on Brute Bonnet and just hope my opponent doesn't have a big retreat. But more importantly, it's going to greatly reduce the amount of damage I take from poison. So now we're going to use Iron Thorns' attack, or TM Turbo Energize attack that it's given for the turn to get a couple energy smackdown on 1 Iron Thorns. The reason I'm not spreading it between the other Iron Thorns is because, well, it's going to be very hard for me to pivot until I get some more future booster energy capsules in play. I can get 1 in play very quickly with Town Store, which will help a lot, and then I've got a good judge to hopefully give me another hand and another energy so I could take an attack and, start doing damage to Brute Bonnet. And then, maybe I could try to get a bit more ahead. But yeah, this matchup is not going to feel great. I think the reason I like this deck a lot right now is because things like Gardevoir are starting to play more Monkey Dories and start stop playing Klefkis and stuff like that. And I think since Gardevoir's taken out Klefki, it's created room for Iron Thorns to have an amazing Gardevoir matchup. I think Dragapult is interesting. Like, it's a little scary because we sometimes can two-shot them, we sometimes can't. I mean, with the right tools, with the right setup, we can deal with Dragapults pretty well. But we have to rely on Crushing Hammers hitting heads, and I think that is a little sketchier for the deck when you're now relying on a coin flip in that sense. So, you know, it's something to be mindful of, something to worry about. But in general, I think Iron Thorns can definitely take the deck as a whole, you know, especially if you get a Turbo Energize set up and they sit behind Badoo for a little bit. Like, yeah, you know, you don't have to worry too much. And there they go immediately with the Stadium Bump. I will not be able to get my Future Booster Energy Capsule. And they just get the Switch Pivot. All right, well, I mean, look, I tried my best, right? Okay. Yeah, they could use Poison Chain, get 10 damage done, but they used a Switch out already. A good judge. Put their hand back down one card. I've got one turn to get this Iron Thorns out of the active. It doesn't feel great. Do I Arven here? And just take... You know what? I could. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Arven. I'm going to take Earthen Vessel, Future Booster Energy Capsule, and sadly I'm going to have to get rid of Judge, which doesn't feel great at all, but it is going to allow me to pivot off of this Iron Thorns, essentially healing it since it's now not in the active, and I could Vessel away the other Iron Thorns, take a couple Electric Energy that I could start spreading around to other Pokemon. So we're going to use the free retreat from Future Booster Energy Capsule, throw Iron Thorns in the active, we're going to smack an energy down onto it, and I'm just going to Volt Cyclone for 140 and take Petra out before it gets too problematic. I'll smack an extra, you know what? I'll smack an energy here. I'll smack an energy on the full health Iron Thorns. If I get Penny, I'm going to want to pick this guy up. I'm going to take a prize card. My opponent is in a rough spot overall. Pal Pad is really not the prize card I wanted. That's not going to help us too much. And they're going to feed me Trapinch. So if they have Rare Candy, Flygon, Energy, we're going to be in trouble. Because they'll take the KO and I will not be ready to attack. They get another single prize Petron down. But if they don't have an energy to retreat, they're kind of in the same boat they were in before. Where, you know, we're just going to take a KO, get a little bit more ahead. I mean, losing bosses, not losing bosses orders, losing Judge hurts, and they're going to go boss themselves, take up the other Iron Thorns. Okay, that's fine. I mean, they're just telling me that they have a dead hand, and we're fighting for who gets out of the brick first. I think I have more ways to get out of the pivot. If I get a Colress's Tenacity, I can get a Town Store to get me another Future Booster Energy Capsule. I can just top deck the tool to give me the free retreat. I could get an Arven, give me a free retreat. Like, I've got a lot of ways to get Iron Thorns out. So this is okay. And if nothing else, I have an energy in hand. I can start working on just setting up my active Iron Thorns. So, you know, we're good. The Go Toxic Powder, get some poison damage down on my own Iron Thorns. But now, oh, man. Oh, my gosh. They just have the energy to retreat. Give me Petra. Well, all right. That's not good. I knew this was going to be a weird match. Luckily, my opponent is having a rough time getting going, and I draw Judge, which as much as I want to play, I really don't want to give my opponent a new hand. But I think it might be in our best interest to do it, right? Because if I get the retreat pivot and I can swing, take out Petra, like, we're so golden. And I need a new hand. I need to be able to play the game. If we get Town Store, that paid off so well. I was praying that would. If it didn't, oh my god, was I going to be punished. We are going to bump their stadium. That is their second Perilous Jungle, and I'm going to take another... Oh, the game is frozen. Everything's frozen. No, it's not. Just Pokemon. Okay, not TM Devo. I love this game and how buggy it is. I am playing when the maintenance is going on, so I guess it is my own doing for playing this game at this time of any, but, you know, whatever. I'm doing what I can. Doing what I can. We will play Iron Thorns. We will use Volt Cyclone, take the second KO in Petron, hopefully kind of slow them down from poison, and take another prize card. I know, we're kind of just smacking out our opponent. Crispin is exactly what I needed. That's going to get me 2 energy out of my deck. I'm going to attach both of them to my active Iron Thorns. Reason being, I am going to use Volt Cyclone, and then I'm going to have to move an energy off my active to a benched Iron Thorns. So if I move the energy off this guy, it will still have 3 energy and be able to attack. Now, if my opponent somehow evolves, they go Binding Mochi. You know, they actually might just have the KO. That could be a little more annoying. Because I did judge them. They do have a much bigger hand than they did. I probably gave them something useful, and yeah, they go Iona. Okay. Well, that whole Crispin play I was talking about, gone. Hopefully one of the 4 cards I get will save me, and I will take all of those, actually. TM Devo is going to be pretty big. They might not be able to get as many Flygons down as they want, hopefully. Pokégear is nice. I might honestly just leave it in the deck, depending on if they get a bigger hand. They have 5 cards in hand. If I could just knock that back down to 4, Might as well, right? I mean, the less cards my opponent has, the better. But no, they just evolve into Vibrava. Okay. And get Area 0 under depths. Well, that's fine. If you're done with those Perilous Jungles, we're all good. I really don't feel like dealing with those. And they do have the switch to give them Petron again. Alright, so maybe we just go Colress's Tenacity, right? Just get our third and final stadium out. But more importantly, get the energy needed to keep attacking. Or you know what? Let me see if I get Crispin. If I get Crispin out of this, I'd rather play that. Yeah, I do. Okay. I was going to say, I really like our Crispin play. Just a whole lot more. Although, Colress's Tenacity does give me another pivot, since I'll get a Future Booster Energy Capsule down again. But at this point, it doesn't really matter, since all of my Pokemon have taken such heavy damage. I don't know. I don't think so. I could go Boss and just take out Vibrava. But then I don't have energy. Yeah, I gotta go Crispin. I'll go Boss's Orders next turn. Okay, let's get a couple energy. We will... Doesn't really matter which one goes back into our hand. I'm going to attach the Electric to active. I'm going to hope that they don't have Flygon EX or Energy in hand, and then get the opposite one to pull off the Flygon KO next turn. I'm just going to go Volt Cyclone, take a KO on the active, move an energy down onto my benched Iron Thorns. And I'll move the Electric Energy to keep those in play more, cycle them a little bit longer. Mimikyu could do decent in this matchup if all they have is Flygons, but... You know, we did see the Petron, so they've got some great ways to one-shot Mimikyu. And they've got one card in hand. We're taking 10 damage in between every turn, so 20 damage on a full turn from Poison. That's not bad. Iron Thorns could tank this. And despite being a fighting deck, despite having single prize attackers, despite not having many rule box abilities, you know, Pokemon with abilities, there's not much they could do. They're kind of just sitting here, stuck. And that's good. I rock with that. Alright, they'll pass return. They still got one card in hand. I'm going to boss up Flygon and just swing onto it right now. I want to get as much damage as I can done early. Right? And then I could go Colress's Tenacity, get another... Or actually, that won't get me the tool needed. That's fine. Let's just go boss. Give me boss. Give me this guy. I want to start swinging if I can. And then we'll go Volt Cyclone. I'll move the Psychic Energy. Actually, no, I'll move the Electric Energy down onto this Iron Thorns, just so I could potentially attack with any of these guys, especially if I get another energy from my deck. Oh, which I do guaranteed from Colress's Tenacity. Okay, so I won't be two-shotting it. I think this is going to be a situation where you kind of see that 3-shot on a big stage 2. It happens. It's unfortunate. There's really not much I can do about it, and they take the Fighting Energy, so they do have the KO. That, actually, I think works in our favor here. And the Carmine into a full hand. All right. I mean, hey, that's fine. Can't stop everything all of the time. They'll go Terra Orb. What single prize? Flygon EX. Okay, I was going to say, excuse me, what basic, not single prize, Terra were they going for? But no, it's another Flygon. Well, if I don't see another, what do you call it? Another little dude, Trapinch. I don't know why I blanked on the name. I'm not too scared of my opponent having another Flygon, but no, they're going to go Reversing Storm onto my Iron Thorns with their Electric Energy attack. That's annoying, to be fair, but we'll figure something out. We will figure something out. I am going to go in with this guy. I don't think it really matters how much HP we have. I think just any poison would be problematic enough. I do like the Crushing Hammer, try to limit the energy my opponent's got right here, and we flip heads on it. That's big. And then I could try to take the KO on this guy. I think I like the Judge route a little bit more. Try to lower my opponent's hand down for size. Try to beef up my hand, give it some more, nothing. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, so we'll just pass, hope they're stuck. If they're not stuck, what? They need a switch out and an energy card. That could be a little difficult. I mean, we got Colress's Tenacity in hand, so I could get a Spiky Energy down on the following turn, which is pretty tough. That could fix all the math needed on this Flygon, to be honest. So that's pretty good. They got Nest Ball. And I know, like, they play Fez and stuff in this deck, obviously, like, to give them that bigger hand. It's just useless right now. And, you know, the less cards they have in hand, the less they could do. I got another Crushing Hammer. Gosh, they got Arven for another switch. Although they've used 2. Do you play 3? Hey, you've used 2 switch. They might not play a 3rd switch. I'd be shocked if they do. Reversing Storm is a switch card, if you will. Like, there's no way. At this point, you just have tools to switch out, like rescue boards and stuff, I'd imagine, right? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I guess they could play Mimikyu. That is a good wall for Flygon to sit behind. If that's the case, I'll have to gust around Mimikyu until I pull my own Mimikyu out of the prizes. Because that's my way to deal with Mimikyu, is my own Mimikyu. Like, I know certain decks are starting to play that one of Mimikyu, like Gardevoir, for example. Just because it does wall some decks very, very well. I mean, that's why I'm playing it in Iron Thorns. So I think, you know, if I could just stop that right now, you know, with my own Mimikyu. If I could shut down any opposing Mimikyus, that'd be awesome. They are going to Brood Bonnet, get some poison down on Iron Thorns, kind of putting me on a bit of a timer, but that's okay. Because I got Crushing Hammer lined up, ready to rumble, and we get a Spiky Energy top deck. That's actually a game changer. I'm going to flip the hammer. I really need a heads here, so I can take this guy out. Boom. That's big. That's huge. How many Night Stretchers is my opponent down? I think it's just the one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just the one Night Stretcher. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let's... I mean, I could Colress his Tenacity, just take out another Spiky Energy. Or Lively Stadium. Or both. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Might as well take both, right? And then, yeah, I got Electric Energy on both. Let's take the Spiky Energy. Attach this to the active. I don't feel the need to bump their Stadium yet. So I am just going to Volt Cyclone, take the KO, move the Mist Energy down onto my benched Iron Thorns. I want to leave the Spiky Energy here, so if and when my opponent swings a Flygon, it will have 150 HP left, which means that this Iron Thorns can KO it with Future Booster Energy Capsule. And then, I should be in a pretty good spot. Although I do know they have Rare Candy and Flygon in hand. That could get a little difficult, and they just go Arven for what? Night Stretcher or Vessel, whichever one is still in the deck, so they can get energy back and keep rumbling. Ah, man. Yeah, Vessel. Okay, well, now they got 2 energy. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, they got Flygon EX. Oh, my God, and they actually lived, because now they have 170 HP. That's so unfortunate. All right, well. Oh, you know what? Could I pull Boss here? That'd be sweet. Oh, we can. Or do I go Penny? Just go for, you know, the full heal. Try to disrupt them a little bit. I think Penny might be worth it a bit more. Just try to put them more on a bit of a clock. I could have gone Judge, taking out the energy in their hand. I don't know, they didn't even play the Vessel. Yeah, I could have just gone Judge to get rid of the Vessel, but, you know, whatever at this point. Let's Penny up our active. Just pick this guy up. Tell my opponent that was awesome. Please do that whole play again. I'm going to smack an electric... No. I'm going to smack a jet, or Spiky Energy, not a jet energy, excuse me, down. And then we'll Volt Cyclone, and I will move the, let's go Electric Energy here. I want my opponent to swing a Flygon into my Iron Thorns with the Spiky Energy. And then I got Crispin to hopefully pull me a couple energy out of the deck. I think the other energy, that's a good prize card right here, actually. I believe we still have a Psychic Energy in the deck. I really need to clutch up. I need that Psychic Energy in the deck so Crispin works fully. And then I could set up Iron Thorns in one turn, close out the game with the KO on Flygon. But that's a lot of hoping. It's a lot of hoping and praying. And we don't play any Rod. So the other Psychic Energy is either in the deck or I don't have enough energy to attack, and I am pretty cooked. So there's that. They got the Rare Candy evolution into Flygon, but they already did use their... Oh my gosh, wait, yeah, actually I can't even take a KO on their Flygon, huh? And I don't know if Spiky Energy will work. Yeah, it doesn't even work because of the pivot. Forgot about that. Oh no, wait, what? Why did that work? Maybe it does still? Oh, okay, it still does work. Okay, I guess because the Pokemon attacked it. That's interesting. Alright, what do I do here? Crispin and Prey, right? We need the 2 energy, and we got them. Big. Very, very big. Okay. We will put the, I guess it really doesn't matter, this energy in my hand. We'll smack the Spiky Energy down. Give it the tool. I don't think it really matters at this point if another Iron Thorns is there. It's just an easy boss KO. They either have the retreat onto my opponent's, onto their bench Flygon, and they can swing for KO, or we do. And what did they Vessel for? Did they actually have the 2 energy? I don't know if they did. No, they just took the 1s. They might not have another energy or a pivot. They have Secret Box. Alright, well, that's game. That's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate match number 1. Man, they have Latias. That's a big Pokemon we shut down, to be honest. They got Secret Box for all types of recovery, I'm sure. I just need to see Night Stretcher, Switch, anything, and they're good. They go Iono Nestball. Wait. Do they not have Earthen Vessel, Night Stretcher, anything like... No way. There's no way. That would be crazy if they rip the Iono and hope they get an energy. Oh my god, if we could come away with this, that would be ridiculous. You got Nestball, but for who? You fail. You got 6 cards left in your deck. How many Night Stretchers are you down? And the Iono, yeah, they're digging. They're only down 1 Night Stretcher. I feel like if they had it, they would have just taken it with Secret Box, though. They have to just hope, what? They get an energy? They get Terra Orb? What's that last card? Is that last card game? Yo, come on, give it to me. Toxic Powder, nah. You don't got it. You don't got it. Yo, Iron Thorns. Why are you such a dog? My opponent gave me the sad face. I'm gonna hit him with the thumbs up. We gonna keep it clean. We gonna smack him with the Volt Cyclone. Boom. Match number 1. That's insane. That is crazy. That was a stressful match number 1, I'm not gonna lie. That might be arguably one of the worst matchups we ever could have hit. And we're taking it out with some heavy, heavy disruption. If you're like, oh, but if they had the energy, they had game. Yo, that's why Crushing Hammer is big. I took out 2 energy off their board. Now all of a sudden they're pressed for it. Iron Thorns. We don't even need to shut down just abilities. Just the energy disruption we got. Ridiculous. Awesome match number 1. Top into match number 2. Keep this positivity rolling. Welcome to match number 2. And we're up against either Festival Leads or Hydrapple. And it seems it's Festival Leads. Okay, well, you know what? Today's just the day to play against decks with Iron Thorns that would destroy me because they don't have any Rulebox abilities. This is nuts. We go against Flygon EX and Festival Leads. This is good. Okay, well, you know what? We'll figure it out. I don't know how we're going to figure it out. Oh, I know how we're going to figure it out. We do have Techno Radar. I need an Arven off of this Pokégear. I need to keep the stadium. Honestly, I think the most cuttable card in this hand is probably Boss's Orders. I know we're probably going to need it. I want Judge more. I just want to thin my deck to Iron Thorns so Pokégear has a better chance of hitting Arven for Vessel plus TM Turbo Energize. We get Crispin. Okay, I mean, it's really hard for me to complain when I get Crispin, to be honest. Let's smack the Crispin down. Let's take out the Electric and the Psychic Energy. We'll attach them to my active Pokemon, my active Iron Thorns. I am not going to play... Actually, nah, you know what? I'll play Iron Thorns. I'll bite. And then I'll just hold hand. I'll pass it to my opponent. This is insane. You know, I think this deck does well into so many meta matchups right now. It does well into Goldengo. It does well into Gardevoir. It does well into Arch Aladdin. It honestly has a decent Dragapult matchup, but I'm up against Flygon and Festival Leads. Like, you can't make this up, and that's exactly why I played this Iron Thorns. I didn't want to jinx myself. I was really hoping that they would play some sort of Gusting card to try to stall up a Pokemon since they don't have a perfect attack ready to rumble. And then I'm just going to Future Booster Energy Capsule, Retreat Pivot anyways, and we're good to go. And I top deck Devolution. That's not a bad card to get. Not going to save me too much right now. I'm going to rip that Free Retreat, smack Iron Thorns on the active. I'm going to play Deluxe Bomb. I'm going to rip a Judge, give my opponent a new hand, but more importantly, hopefully give myself an energy or two to keep me going for the following turns. And just like that, we smack down the Electric Energy. That's huge. We could take the first KO, and against a single prize deck, that is going to be very, very important. Now, this is where Deluxe Bomb is going to really get its time to shine, because my opponent is going to swing and do some good damage onto my active Iron Thorns. However, when they attack me, Deluxe Bomb will be procced, and then they will KO themselves, and they will not get to use the second attack from the Festival Lead. So, you know, this is kind of the situation I wanted to be in this deck. This is one of the reasons I like the Deluxe Bomb. You know, it just, not only does it help us take one-shot KOs or two-shot Pokemon easier, like Dragapult EX, you know, one-shot a Raging Bolt when they inevitably attack us back, but we can KO some single price Pokemon in some cheeky ways. So I like this play overall. Luxurious Cape, or not Luxurious Cape, Hero's Cape, excuse me, is probably the better ace spec. I think, like, in more situations, Hero's Cape can do a bit more. 100 extra HP, a 330 HP Iron Thorns is gross. Like, that is way too much HP. However, Deluxe Bomb is just, like, it's fun. And I'm here to play the game and show decks because they're fun. So, you know, I like the Deluxe Bomb route. My opponent is going to rip the Thwackey. They do get the double Thwackey, the double Boom Boom Groove. They can search for 2 cards. One of them could be an energy. So they could Rapid Draw. However, I don't think they realize that they're not going to do 120 damage. They're just going to do 60, KO themselves, and then be forced to promote another Pokemon. They actually have 3 Thwackeys. That's nuts. This is good, though. This is good for my opponent. It means they can keep playing the game. Them attacking me and doing some relatively insignificant damage. Actually, no, it is pretty big, the 60, because then if they do pull off the double do the wave, they will actually KO my Iron Thorn since they did any damage to it. Even if I got Lively Stadium down. That's why I was thinking it could be insignificant. No, even if I get Lively Stadium, I will have 230 HP left. And no, they just go for the boss's orders play on my active Iron Thorns. Well, or my bench Iron Thorns. Okay, I mean, that's fine. They'll have to take damage from Deluxe Bomb at some point. And that's good enough for me. Now, Penny's nice. I think Judge might be better. They got a 5-card hand. They're going to be drawing 4 cards this attack from Rapid Draw, so I think I really do want to go into the Judge and really just pray that I get another energy down. If I could top deck an energy, that would make it a little bit safer, but I do want to limit my opponent's versatility into the following turn. And we get the Spiky Energy. Yeah, good night. Good night. We'll go for the Judge. I don't need to play the Crushing Hammer because I am going to take a KO on my opponent's active Sea King. I kind of want to wait until they get an extra energy down somewhere. For now, we're just going to retreat this Iron Thorns, throw up this guy, and then we'll Volt Cyclone. Yeah, that's cool. Take the second KO. Now this Iron Thorns has gotten its prize card value. And I'll move the Spiky Energy down onto this guy and hopefully set up another crazy KO that way somehow. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, does Spiky Energy proc every time they attack us? I mean, they're attacking us twice. Hold up. Wait, that could actually lead to a KO. Doesn't Diplin have 80 HP? If this Pokemon is damaged by an attack. So if they attack me twice, does Spiky Energy work twice? Oh my gosh. Wait. Yeah, they have 80 HP. Hold up. 2 Spiky Energy. And we might be able to K them on the return. That would be crazy. They could just go Boss. That would be smart. I feel like they have to go Boss right now, right? They're just going to dance around my active Iron Thorns as much as possible. They got Max Belt, which I don't think they need. I think that's kind of whatever. Well, you know what? If they go Boss, it's whatever. I think because they have Max Belt, they want to attack right now. But it's a battle of the A-Specs. They're going to attack me, and they should take the 12 damage counters in between their first and second attack, if I'm not mistaken. Which means their Max Belt is going to be rendered useless, and no, they go Counter Catcher. Okay, that's fine, though. Right? They'll attack. We'll see how Spiky Energy works here. If they take the damage counters, oh no, because they will be able to just KO. They're doing, oh my gosh. I'm not going to know. I'm not going to know how Spiky Energy works. They go Kieran. What? Why? For what? You do the extra damage, but you KO'd anyways. That's so weird. I don't know why they wasted that supporter. That's a good supporter to hang on to. Try to push a one-shot KO. The Spiky Energy procs, it really doesn't do anything. They're going to take 2 prize cards, tie us up, and I am going to hopefully be able to pull off a big Iron Thorns play again. Oh, that's why. But then they KO themselves, right? They don't KO us here. They swing 180, yeah, which is good. Because then they do 120, take the KO. That works. Now I see why they played the Kieran, though. Okay, so it was not a misplay on their end. Their math was mathing, and I was just being a bum and forgetting how well cards work. So that's annoying, but not the end of the world. And we get Colress's Tenacity. Not a bad stadium here, in all honesty. I definitely will get our Iron Thorns benched down. And I think, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Maybe go Boss on Diplin, right? Or Applin here. Might be our best route. Bump the stadium too. Just be as disruptive as possible. Go here. Go Boss on Applin. They could go in with whatever the draw attack was off this guy. But Rapid Draw does 60 damage. They could take the KO that way. That's like vaguely problematic, but you know, we'll figure it out. Let's go Town Store. Let's thin our deck out 1 tool. I'm probably not going to need Devolution at any point. So we'll just take that out of the deck. And I will smack this here and then rip a Volt Cyclone. I almost hit Devolution. That would have been so embarrassing. But yeah, we'll take out their Applin. Again, they could probably get a, what do you call it? Whatever the Pokemon's name is I'm playing. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on everything. Blanking on Trapinch, blanking on Seeking. is the guy. Oh my gosh, this is just, it's weird scenario after weird scenario with this deck right now. I mean, if Iron Thorns could take down this deck, though, there's actually no stopping it. And I'll stand on that. They get Defiance Band. Maybe that was dumb of me to play Town Store. Maybe I didn't think that through. Maybe I should have gone for the Lively Stadium. But no, I needed to go Boss's Orders. Alright, you know what? I did what I could. They go Lanazade. So they got the energy, they got the Seeking. And I somehow need a top deck Crispin or Pokégear. Or I can't set up this turn. Okay. If I don't pull that off, what happens? Do I just lose? I might. Because I don't think I'll have a great way to set up Iron Thorns, to be honest. And I don't have a Spiky Energy. on my active to take the reverse KO, but I think Seaking has more than 80 HP, so even if I had 2 Spiky Energy on it, I think I'd still be kind of cooked. We'll see it down, yeah, 110, so that wouldn't work anyways. And they got another Applin down. They'll get their energy down. I could go Judge, right? I mean, they'll get good damage down on Iron Thorns. And they could still search for 3 cards. Oh, my lord. What are the chances they go Boss's Orders? No, they used Lana's Aid. What are the chances they go Countercatcher? Festival Ground makes sense. Boom Boom Groove for Countercatcher, obviously, right? I'm almost hoping they do just to keep my other Iron Thorns alive. And then I could try to dig out a tool, maybe, with Arven. I don't know, we'll see. This isn't a great spot for us, though. I'm not feeling great into the end of this match. I knew this one was going to be difficult. I had hope. I don't know why. You know, like, it just, it all slips. It all slips away very quickly. It's okay, though. I mean, if Festival leads is the thing this deck falls to, I mean, well, I'm not too worried. That is a deck that I am confident you will not see too often, if nothing else, at a regional. And if this is the auto loss, I mean, hey, we're still running a fade. I think the right setup, we honestly could get a crazy win. So we'll see. And they chose not to attack? Okay. Well, don't mind if I Crushing Hammer then, since there is a great chance I'm not taking a KO here. I'd rather just limit the energy you got going on. And I think I would like to just Judge, just give you a tiny hand, and pray that I can make the best of it. You know, pray I get an energy, and I don't, actually. Well, this is bad. Okay, well, we could Town Store, but for what? Sure, Future Booster Energy Capsule, why not? I mean, there's really not much else I could do. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know how to get out of this one. I really don't. I'll just pass for turn. I needed an energy there. I needed an energy off that Judge so bad. Maybe I just should have just researched. I mean, they had 4 cards. They had, like, what, 3 Thwackies in play anyways, so there really wasn't much I could do to start. And now they go Town Store. Do they have another Defiance Band in this deck? They probably do. No, they have Rescue Board. But Rescue Board is not going to get Seaking out of the active this turn. They do have to attach Retreat or something like that, which could be problematic. Or they could just attach and just Rapid Draw, do 120 damage. I mean, we're still kind of in an awful situation if that's the case. Maybe I hope I get Boss's Orders and I can boss up Thwacky, because it's a 2 retreat cost. And then I can worry about, I don't know, Crushing Hammer my way to victory. They got 2 energy in the discard pile. They might not be playing a lot of energy. In all honesty, they might be playing like 4 or 5 energy. They're all 1 energy attacks. They might not have much. And they go, yeah, they bump the Town Store. They smack down Festival leads. That's okay. Saw that one coming a mile away. What else do you have? Do you have a switch out? No, you just attach to your active to use Rapid Draw twice. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. It's not going too well, though. I might just have to go for the heaviest of disruption plays I can at this point. Go for the Crushing Hammer. Hope I top deck. I don't even want Crispin. I might just boss up the Wacky and tell them to figure it out. And they go Kieran. That's their second Kieran, though. So they might not have a switch out. Oh, no, but they got the KO, don't they? They're swinging 90 and then 120. Yep, that, I believe, is game. I'll give it to them. I mean, it's a Festival Leads deck. It's a cool deck. If I'm going to lose to something, let it be the guy playing Festival Leads. That's a cool art, Kieran, too. Because, yeah, they do 30 more damage to your opponent's active EX Pokemon. So they'll swing for 90. Oh, we're tied on prize cards. Oh, okay. So you know what? They actually don't win. If they were behind on prize cards, if we had 1 left, they would have won with that. But nope, they fall just short. And what is our top deck? Is it going to save me? Probably not. It's a Crushing Hammer. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to go out on my own terms. And good game. Well played. 1-on-1, I'll take it. I'm really praying this next match is some sort of meta matchup so I can actually prove how Iron Thorns is a phenomenal pick into the meta and not the backrooms. Welcome to match number 3, and we only take 1 mulligan. So you know what? That's a win in my book, and I got the timer going. I guess I zoned out for a second. I didn't even realize. I am getting hungry. I did just get out of work, take a quick shower, and just jumped into recording. I probably should have ate something, and we're up against some sort of poison deck. I swear if it's Flygon, like I'd have no words at this point. Honestly, I'd half expect it. Like today's been a mess. Today has been all over the place. We see Squawk, but That's not gonna do much, is it now? Thank gosh. And there's Sada Energy Switch. Oh my god, is it Raging Bolt? Petra? Is it Roaring Moon? No. Please. Not like this. You get rid of Boss, you take out 2 Dark Energy, it's Roaring Moon. 100%. Well, you know what? That's what way to close off the third game than with another rogue deck. No, this one is another rogue deck I love to see. I think it's very well positioned. I think it's worth playing. I made a video on it. You guys should watch that video on Roaring Moon. It's a ton of fun. It actually does very well right now, and they are ripping literally everything possible. What? For Monkey Dory? That's not Roaring Moon EX. That's Petra. I'm confused. Okay. I mean, sure, I guess. Let's get that energy on out of here. Sadly, my hand isn't too great. I can safely get rid of this TM Devolution. Take out a couple Iron Thorns. My Mimikyu's prized. I feel like I prize Mimikyu almost every single game. I am not going to Deluxe Bomb my active. I really, really want to get a TM Turbo Energize. However, while my hand is super dead, I could boss up a Pokemon, like Petra here. I don't know. I'm going to hold on to boss. I'm just going to pass. My hand is really dead. Oh, which happens. I mean, you know, no matter what deck you play, there is obviously the chance you could brick. I think that's just part of the inevitable. And they're going to go Carmine and bin another Sada. Yo, what? Did they play Carmine last turn? Why do I feel like they did? No, they didn't. What? I'm so confused. I thought they did play Carmine. Did they also play Pal Pad or something? How is there only one Carmine in the discard pile? Oh, my game's frozen. That's cool. I feel like this is happening a lot. We're back. Okay, cool. And I get Judge. Hey, you know what? I'll take that. I'm not going to play Lively Stadium yet. I'm going to hold that. If they Perilous Jungle, we'll work around it. I'll figure it out. I really need a Town Store. Just boost my chances. I don't get that either. Okay, you know what? We're 1 energy away from greatness, aren't we? That's cool. That's fun. And I got Vessel for next turn to get us going, and then we can finally start attacking. Perfect spot. Perfect spot to be in. We're good. We're good. Don't even worry about it. That Squawkabilly is looking like the fattest boss KO, and they go for the boss to stall up our Iron Thorns. That's okay. I will probably get rid of my active, my top deck. Ah, man, Giovanni's Charisma. Such a good card. I love that card so much. I am just going to get rid of it. I'm going to take 1 energy out of the deck just because I plan on researching. So I'm just going to take the 1 electric energy. I'm going to smack it down over here, and then I'm going to rip the research, bin a hammer, hopefully draw into a future booster energy capsule, which is exactly what I needed to give us that pivot and allow us to open up with the first KO. And that's going to be big when we're up against a potentially like very single prize dominated deck. I do have the Mist Energy down, which could help us dodge a poison if they try to use Petron's attack to poison us and not Brute Bonnet it, which could be very relevant in all honesty. But more importantly, gonna buy me a little bit of time to get my roll going, you know, to get on a roll, get my roll, whatever. I'm tired, I'm hungry, please. Just rock with it. If you made it this far in the video, clearly you're here for the insane matchups and not necessarily the most meta of matchups. My opponent does pull off the secret box, so they've got a guaranteed perfect hand. I'd rather them get that out of the way at this point, and they go, what? There was no Nest Ball. There's the Roaring Moon. I was like, how do you not take a Nest Ball for Roaring Moon? It's because they had it in hand. So they're going to Toxic Powder, get a whole lot of poison damage done on Iron Thorns, but they kept Frenzied Gouging me if I could start moving this Mist Energy around. That actually is going to be super relevant, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. That's actually really good, because then I can move the Mist Energy to this guy, and that could be very, very relevant. For my opponent being forced to swing into me and forced to be potentially taking damage from Deluxe Bomb at some point. I don't know. We'll see. And they go Pal Pad here. So they bring back a Sada and a Boss's Orders, which they are short a bit, and they are just going to pass for a turn. I will take the 8 damage counters from the Brute Bonnet, who did poison us and not the Petra, which is fair. I mean, you know, we can only stop so much at a time. I'm going to smack the Spiky Energy down this turn, and then move the Mist Energy on over to Iron Thorns. I could boss up Iron Thorns, or excuse me, boss up Roaring Moon. Honestly, doesn't feel that bad. They might not have, I don't know, they definitely have another energy in their hand. Okay, well that doesn't help much. I could go Arven for Crushing Hammer. Honestly, let's do it. What's the other supporter make? Yeah, we're taking, we're full sends only. Oh my gosh. We'll take the Deluxe Bomb. I'm just going to hold on to it for a little bit, see what's good. And I'm going to go Crushing Hammer, try to bin an energy. off this Roaring Moon here. I'm going to fail it. Oh my gosh, that would have been so big. It's all good, though. I think we just swing for our KO. Yeah. We're in a decent spot here. I like the position we're in. I'm definitely going to move the Mist Energy onto this Iron Thorns over here. Actually, yeah, no, we definitely keep it on this guy. I can't use that guy for Deluxe Bomb, but I do have another Mist Energy in the deck, which could save me from Frenzied Gouging, keep me rolling, and we get a Stadium Bump too. Yeah, that's sweet. So now they'll probably give Roaring Moon as the active Pokemon of choice, who's got to use Calamity Storm to take the KO, and then he'll take 2 damage from the Spiky Energy. Could be relevant since Deluxe Bomb plus a base Volt Cyclone does do 280, and I like that. I like that a lot. They go Iono. Give me 4 cards. Okay, well, that's annoying. I had a lot of cards I searched out. I had a lot of energy. That was very useful, too. I'm going to need a good 4, and you know what? This will do. This will do fine. I really don't want to get rid of Penny, though. I'm trying to stop them from taking the one-shot KO. They just Calamity Storm. They do not need to get rid of the Stadium since we will die from the poison damage. Spiky Energy is going to work. And then they will, yep, there's the KO. And now we got to figure something out. Maybe I go Pokégear and hope I get Judge. Again, I really, really don't want to bin Penny. I am confident that I could try to tank an attack here. But if I don't get an energy, we're in danger. If I don't get an energy, what am I saying? Pokégear for Judge every time, dude. What? This deck is insane. This deck is nuts. Here's the Judge. Take that smaller hand. You really don't need a bigger one. I'm good. Yeah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Honestly, Mimikyu goes kind of crazy here. I don't want to play it, though. Not yet. I'll play it if I absolutely need it. For now, I am just going to Bolt Cyclone and move the Electric Energy. Yeah, that feels right. I want to keep the Mist on the active so they cannot use Frenzied Gouging. They have to use Calamity Storm, which will do 220 damage. They can. I should have used Town Store. Oh my god, for the Deluxe Bomb. I'm such a bum. Because they're going to get rid of it and they're going to poison me with Brute Bonnet. And then if they do that, they will take the KO for 230. Oh, that's bad. That's bad news, Bears. Hopefully they just missed the Brute Bonnet. No, they got it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I didn't even take the Deluxe Bomb. Not good. Not good. Well, I mean, I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm sadly do not have the time in my schedule to dig for a meta match. I'm going to try my best to dig myself out of this one, but it is not looking pretty. I need a top deck Crispin, or, I mean, there's really not much I can do. Yep, there's the perfect KO for 230. If I could top deck Crispin, honestly, I think we can work our way out of this one. Because I could get Iron Thorns set up. If not, what do I do? Play Mimikyu and just rip the research? Honestly, let's do it. I mean, let's rip the research. Hope I get Techno Radar or something. I can't even retreat if I wanted to. I mean, I got Lively Stadium to stop the same play as last time, which is pretty nice. And then I got Penny to pick up the active and try to reset myself. I don't know. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I can't believe I whiffed such a big retreat into Mimikyu. I needed a retreat into Mimikyu that turn to keep some energy on a hopefully full HP Roaring Moon. But no, my opponent is going to retreat and go in with a different Roaring Moon. You just got Sada like that, don't you? You have to. Yeah, you do. How many Sada are you down? Can I possibly stop you from just playing the rest of the game and just try to limit energy? There is a way I could deck them out here. They're down only 2 Sada. Are you for real? They go Frenzied Gouging. Oh my god, that's a huge misplay. Wait. Stop. Stop. That's big. So big. What do I do here? Go Spiky Energy, maybe? I have to play this right. Or maybe go Electric Energy. I don't want another Iron Thorns in play. That's an easy boss KO. I kind of want to just rock with what I got. So let's do this, yeah. This feels pretty cool. And then we'll rip the Judge. I need to go for a Deluxe Bomb here. Need to go for a Deluxe Bomb. I need to keep Lively Stadium in play too. It's going to be critical for me getting through the rest of this game. That is so... Oh my gosh. Give me that Crushing Hammer. Come on. I need a head so bad. Speak to me. Tails. Yo. This game is not looking out for me right now. We'll go Deluxe Bomb. See what I can do. And, I mean, I got Crispin to get more energy in play. Do I use Pal Pad right now? Honestly, Giovanni's Charisma and Boss feel kind of good. I feel like our best out is just trying to trap stuff and just limit the amount of energy they got. They're down, 3 Sada. Okay, that seems a bit more right. They got 1 Sada left. Let's Pal Pad. Let's bring back Charisma. Charisma Boss. I don't know. It feels correct. And we'll swing onto the active. We got 260. If they attack us, they're taking some heavy, heavy damage. And then we'll move the electric energy here. Okay. Whew. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare of a position to be in. 4 prize cards left. My opponent is beefed up from Ancient Booster Capsule plus Lively Stadium. They're at 320 HP. They're at Dragapult numbers. I'm starting to get a little pit in my chest because I actually feel like I've got a little bit of hope to get through. And they are going to just Calamity Storm. They are going to get rid of the stadium. And, oh my god. They do take damage from Deluxe Bomb. Why do they still have 320? That is just incorrect. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, they, what? Poison us next turn for the win? Is there anything I could do? Maybe just retreat. Take an electric and a psychic energy. Retreating is 4 energy? Oh my lord. Do I really? Oh my god, I have to though. I mean, if I just pass, I'm cooked. Right? Yeah, if I take the KO, I lose because they poison me and I die. I have to get Iron Thorns out of the active. So to do that, I have to attach the energy here, retreat, which feels awful, but if they have boss's orders, yeah, we're done no matter what. We go Mimikyu, we go Turbo Energize, get some energy back on Iron Thorns, and hope I somehow get a penny or something off the top deck to just keep me through. We'll definitely get the Psychic Energy in play. If I could start attacking with Mimikyu, I would absolutely love to. Doesn't feel very likely at the moment. I think this match might just be kind of chalked, but that's not going to stop me from trying. Not at all. What do you got? You got 6 cards in hand. How many boss's orders and stuff are you down? You're down only 1 boss. Countercatcher's not live, though. You might not have a boss in hand. You got E-Switch. Are you just going to go into a Brute Bonnet? No, you're going to go into a Monkey Dory for game. All right. I mean, hey, we gave it a go. We gave it a fair fight. Yeah, we played against, arguably, 3 of the worst decks we ever could have seen. I'm not going to front. That was some awful luck. I apologize for how today's video went. It was definitely not as planned. I really do think this deck is amazing into meta matchups, just not into the matchups I saw. So please still give it a go, despite what happened. Again, I don't know why this happened, but like why I matched against who I did. But you know what? Hey, we gave it a go. We tried to take the rogue decks down with Iron Thorns, but it's not built for that. It's built for the meta. Take it, play it, the meta, it bodies. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. With that being said, stay epic. Peace.